the only place to hear cheaters get busted. This is the Dave Ryan Show's War of the Roses, 101.3 KDWB.
I wish there was something outstanding in this War of the Roses that I could say, oh, Fallon, you're not going to believe this. You got to listen for this. Oh, my God. And they can't. And the way he blah, blah, blah. And this is just kind of like we think he's cheating. Mm-hmm. So you're going to hear the story and find out whether we think he's cheating or not. Here's the most interesting thing about it. It's the guy's name.
Okay.
His name is Kramer.
Oh, that's
Now, here's the bad news. There's not a lot of Kramers in the world. So people would be like, oh, I know Kramer. I went to high school with Kramer, because there's probably 3 Kramers in the entire Twin Cities.
Probably, yeah.
Here's the good news. They don't live here in town.
Okay, well, that's good. Clear that up.
They
then.
live somewhere else, and I'm not going to say where, because I don't want people starting to look around and look on LinkedIn or anything like that.
My first research tool, always.
But we're talking to Lindsay, who is dating this guy named Kramer. Hi, Lindsay.
Hi.
So tell me what's going on and why you think that he might be cheating.
Okay, so we've been going out for just about 6 months, and we're both members of a co-ed sports league. And recently, we went out after a game to a bar. He wasn't there, and I was talking to another girl on the team, and I guess she didn't know that I was seeing him. And basically, long story short, she said, yeah, I have a boy named Kramer.
Okay. Now, that is one of Jenny's favorite expressions. Weather
Yes.
Girl Jenny will use that expression once in a while.
Right.
Don't worry, we can bleep it out. But if you can do me a favor
I did not say
and
that
not
again.
say that word. But I get it. I know what that is. It's
Sorry,
basically...
I was just, yeah.
No,
No.
I get it. Direct quote.
No, that
Yeah.
and that is a direct
I
quote.
actually don't say that, but, like, that's what she said. I
So
was like,
so for people who don't, like, if you said that to my wife Susan, she'd be like, what does that even mean? So define that word that you just said.
basically, like, he just serves a purpose. It's kind of in the name, you know what I mean?
So
It's,
he's not-
They're players, is what they are.
So he's
right.
not He's not the kind of guy that you would introduce to mom and dad. He's not the kind of guy that you really
No,
want to go out
I
of
mean,
town with.
I guess, like,
Well, that's
whatever,
not what an
like,
F-boy is.
That's why I asked.
Yeah. No,
Right.
they're literally F-boy is the like current phrase for a player. So there's someone that like doesn't mean you wouldn't want to date them or them to be your boyfriend, but they're an F-boy. They're just using you to hook up, and they're hooking up with multiple other people probably too because they're a player.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, like, back in the day, it used to be called, like, a booty call. But now, I guess, it's morphed into this.
Okay,
right?
so but that's not okay because you have been seeing Kramer for 6 months.
I mean, in fairness, I don't know that it's the same Kramer.
No, it is.
I mean,
Yeah,
I mean,
you
come
know
on.
it is,
It
yeah.
is. It's got to be.
I think it is because it's such a specific name.
Does he seem like the kind of person who is kind of, for lack of a better term?
He's got some swag. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Like, he's pretty flirty. He's pretty good with the ladies, But yeah, I mean, I have a feeling, It was so fast. The conversation was so fast, and she had to just like walk away and book it right after. So I really didn't get to probe or anything.
Okay.
And I feel like if I asked him, he would just lie. You know what I mean?
Well, that's not. Well, that's kind of a problem because you've been seeing each other for 6 months, and you feel like if you're going to ask him, he's just going to lie. I mean,
Yeah.
I
Well,
get
because
it.
if he's the same guy, then of course he's going to lie. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like if that's
He's not gonna be
if
like,
that's
"Yup,
what he's
that's
doing.
me."
Yeah. So the other thing is, and like I didn't even want to say this because it's like you're gonna think I'm an idiot, but I have heard people in our league refer to him like jokingly as Kramer in the past.
Is that what
His
he
nickname.
calls himself, or do women?
No, like I've heard like other guys like joking. I don't even think they knew I could hear it at the time, and they'd be like, "Yeah, okay, Kramer," and
Okay,
now
but
it's,
okay.
now it's like kind of makes me want to vomit. But like at the time, like we just first started dating, And now I'm just kind of putting this all together. F-boy plus Kramer plus Kramer. You know what I mean? Like equals probably not.
I want to calm you down a little bit. I'm going to try to calm you down a little bit. If I had a friend named Kramer, you bet I would nickname him Kramer. You bet I would.
Even if he wasn't a playboy.
No, I have a friend named Brentley Little, but I always call him Little Brentley. Just because that's what guys do. That's what friends do. I have a friend named I have a friend whose last name is Morantonio. I don't call him Morantonio. I call him Moron. That's what I call him.
God.
I had a friend in school named John. I'm not making this up. His name was John Didlow. What do you think his nickname was?
Johnny?
No. So I wouldn't think that just because his nickname is Kramer that's leading up to anything, unless he insists.
No, I know. Like, I had a friend in school, and, like, we all called her the Destroyer because, like, she was in the bathroom one day with somebody else, and they, like, went crazy in the like, on the toilet. And, like, it was like, oh, yeah, you destroyed it, you know? So I get it. That's why, that's why in the beginning when I heard it, you know what I mean? This was, like, I don't know, a month or two in when they were like, what up, Kramer? You know?
Yeah.
I didn't think anything of it, but now I'm going, All
right. I would say the more incriminating evidence is that one of the girls at this league, and I don't want to say what kind of league it is. I don't want people looking you up and be like, oh, you're on a hockey league or you're on a volleyball league. So I would say the more incriminating evidence is that they're hooking up with a guy named Kramer and he lives in your town.
Can I just confirm that Kramer's his actual legit first name?
Yeah, that's what's weird. It's his first name.
Okay.
Well, I have an ex-girlfriend named Cricket, so, you know, sometimes you're like, okay, weird first name. Is that a nickname? No, that's actually their first name. So we got a situation where you think he might be cheating. You're basing a lot of it on the fact that his buddies call him Kramer, which to me is really funny. And we all learned exactly what an F-boy is, in case you didn't know.
Yeah.
We're going to make a phone call in a second, and we're going to find out who he wants to send roses to. And then hopefully it'll be you, Lindsay. Do you have any idea what the other girl's name was that was talking about sleeping with him?
She was a friend of a friend. I think it was like Reese or Rachel, or it was definitely an R name.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, all right.
Like I said, it was so quick. It was so in passing, and I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
And then she was gone.
Here's what I want you to do. Number one, I want you to text me or call me and let me know how your friend got their nickname, number one. Number two, call me. What do you think is going to happen? Is he going to send the roses to Lindsay or to somebody else? War of the Roses Part 2 coming up next on KDWB. A couple of things at work here on War of the Roses on KDWB. First of all, she's suspicious because he has a funny nickname. His name is Kramer. That's his first name. That's kind of a cool first name. But his buddies call him Kramer.
Right.
And I said, you know, it's just dopey guys being dumb friends. Somebody said that they agree. It's just what guys will do, and probably girls do the same thing. And we got people on the phone here who want to weigh in on War of the Roses.
Or maybe they have nicknames they went by.
Maybe so. Keisha is on the phone. Hello, Keisha. What do you think? What do you think of the nickname? What's going on?
I think the nickname is honestly kind of funny. I don't think that she has anything to worry about the nickname. You know, it's just friends, like, making fun of other friends. But obviously, I think the main thing is to be worried about what the girl said to her and how she said that she has an F-boy with the same. It probably is the same Kramer, so I think that's the one thing that she needs to be worried about.
Agreed, yeah. There's
only got to be a handful of Kramer's first name in the entire country.
Yeah, no kidding.
Especially, come on, in the same sports league. And I don't want to say if they're doing, like, I don't know, kickball like Jenny or volleyball or hockey or basketball, whatever. If they said Kramer, it's the same Kramer.
Has to be.
Okay. Hey, thank you, by the way. Let's go to Nick in Minnetrista. Hi, Nick.
Hey, how's it going?
Good.
I have a... So I just will preface this. Do you know what a Cushman moped is?
No.
Cushman what?
Do I need an Urban Dictionary?
Moped.
Cushman moped.
Yeah, so there was an old brand of moped called a Cushman, and they were like really, really chintzy and ugly. So I had a good friend in culinary school, and his name was Lee, and he was known for sleeping around, and we busted him with a very large-statured woman having, And so the joke was we called him Lee Cushman, and his name was Chapman. So we called him Lee Cushman because it's always fun riding a Cushman until your friends see you riding one.
Okay, that's the old moped. I got you. This is the old moped joke. It's like mopeds are a lot of fun until your friends see you riding on one. That is cruel and unnecessary.
Bunch of tax. Our buddy's last name is Bornstash, so we call him Pornstash.
Bornstash, he deserves it, yeah.
My high school friend's nickname was Slim because he was chubby when I was younger. I didn't call him that, but his friends did. Someone's wrong. Alan, an F-boy is not a player. It's a guy who is being used solely for sex. No, that's not. That's an F-buddy. An F-boy is different than an F-buddy. That person's wrong.
There's so many different ways to
No,
say.
it's not. There's an F-buddy is someone you just hook up with, and an F-boy is a player. That's the difference. Like an F-buddy, you are in on it too. That's like your person you just hook up with.
Yeah, it's like, we say friends with benefits.
Yeah,
so you
exactly.
were like, you both agree there's no emotions, there's no love, there's nothing going to happen out of this. You're just buddies that you hook up.
Yeah.
But what's an F-boy?
An F-boy is, honestly, the best description is a player. It's
so
someone.
he's with her, he's with her,
he's with her. Yes.
Okay. And you don't know that he's an F-boy. You think that he's with...
Well, you find out pretty quickly.
You do. Okay.
Do you want to know the Urban Dictionary definition?
Yeah.
A-hole boy who is into strictly sexual relationships. He will lead a girl on and let her down, then apologize only to ask her for pics. Only the girl has welcomed him back into her trust. So maybe that there is a hookup, but there's also trust in it.
Okay. Let's get on with War of the Roses and make the phone call and see who Kramer is going to send roses to.
So you do get the dozen long stem romantic roses, like I promised at the beginning of the phone call before the survey. So Kramer, we'll send those out for you this week. Who would you like to receive those flowers?
Holly.
Okay, and you can attach a card to the flowers if you would like.
Yeah, can I say, I think you're pretty funny, and then put like a ha-ha, and can we eat lunch sometime?
Okay, perfect.
Are you going to sign it Kramer, or would you like to sign it Creamer?
This is my business associate, sorry.
Yeah, business associate, yeah.
Wait, why would I say Kramer? That's weird. Kramer, obviously. It's not hard to pronounce my name.
It really isn't, Dave, you idiot.
Well, I heard your nickname is Creamer, and then I've heard that you've earned it because you kind of been, I don't know, getting around a little bit.
Jeez, it's a lot to ask of a person when you first meet them, Dave.
What?
Well, let me explain what's going on.
Do I know Dave? Do I know you?
No, you don't know me, but no. But we know about you. That's the funny thing about it. Let me explain what's going on. We're not just a random company calling you to do a survey. We are a random radio station calling you because your girlfriend, Lindsay, put us up to this. Lindsay had heard that you were sleeping with somebody else on your league.
Her name starts with an R.
And her name starts with an R, like a Rachel
or Reese or something.
Something like that. And so then she called us and said, we want to find out who Kramer would send roses to. And you maybe should have sent them to Lindsay, but you sent them to Holly instead. Oh, and guess who is on the phone right now?
Good guess. Who she is.
It's me, Lindsay, the girl you've been seeing for like half a year. How many chicks are you hooking up with? I mean, I was just...
No, you got the wrong idea here. No, I'm not hooking up with you.
Okay, wait a minute. You are just going to send flowers to a girl you think is, quote, funny, whatever that means. And then the other day, I was at the bar, and I heard a Kramer, nicknamed Kramer, was hooking up with some girl named, like, Rachel or something. And when we first started dating, I specifically heard the guys on your team call you Kramer. So how could you even deny this?
That's just a nickname. Anybody can be called that.
That's a cool nickname, though. I mean, I kind of like that.
I would not want that nickname, but
you're
for
a girl,
guy, maybe, yeah.
How long have your friends called you Kramer anyway?
It goes back to college.
Okay. I don't know.
Wow.
Is there anything to the idea that Lindsay is suspicious that you're hooking up with somebody else who is on your team? Is that true or not?
I don't know why Lindsay would think that.
She said he was an F-boy, and I heard Kramer in the background, and then laughter.
But that's not me, Lindsay. I'm.
But who's Holly?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Let's just say that's not true. Now you're sending flowers to someone named Holly? I've never even... Who's Holly? I mean...
You know Holly. She works down at the Starbucks.
Right.
Or down at the local coffee shop.
What do you do?
Why do you want to go to lunch with Holly from Starbucks?
The urge to make a joke about cream in your coffee. I'm not even going to go there. I'm just like, this is just so obvious. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
I don't think it's fine, or you wouldn't have called us to do this.
I mean, I'm being like sarcastic. It's not fine.
Okay, guys, you know what? Never mind. Just don't. I don't want to send flowers to anybody. Okay? Is that better? Are you happy with me?
No, of course not.
That doesn't really make it okay.
What do you want?
That doesn't really make it okay that you got busted sending flowers.
And there aren't flowers. that's always.
You're such a Kramer. You didn't even say you're sorry.
I'm sorry for, I don't know, wanting to be nice.
Wow. Okay.
What do you want from me?
And there it is, War of the Roses.
What do you
on
want from
KDWB. What do you
Good
want
question.
from me?
What do you want?
If you want to do a War of the Roses, then send us an email to ryanshow@kdwb.com. That's probably one way to get a hold of us. You can also text us at KDWB1 53921.